The Jane Scrivner 5 a day is the way I sum up my entire philosophy really on how we should be looking after, but more importantly to use the word nourishing our skin. If I get questions on the internet or email or even in person, usually the first thing that somebody says to me is, what can you do for, and then fill in that box of the problem or the skin situation that they have. And for me, I'm always going to track back from that and say, well, okay, if your problems are here, then what I want to know is what you're doing at the source, how we're getting to those problems. So everybody seems to deal with their skincare as in, I need a solution, whereas I'm always tracking back to how did that problem start. So for me, if you take your skin back to the start and how to get healthy skin and how to replenish, to restore, to replace, to nourish, to feed your skin with really fantastic ingredients right back at the start, then you're really not going to need that selection of products that are solving your skin problems, because technically you're not going to have the problems. That's not to say that you might get temporary problems, but just like if you're really, really fit and healthy, because you eat well and maybe you exercise well and everything's in good condition, and you catch a cold, that cold's going to last you 2 or 3 days, maximum 5. But if you're under par and you're not very well fed, or you've been under pressure and stresses and things like that, then that cold that you catch is going to last several weeks, and then you get to that stage where you sort of think, am I ever going to get better from this? And that's what I want to do with the Skincare 5 a day. I want skin to be nourished, to be healthy, to be really strong, so that anything that happens to it, it will bounce back. But also the chance of anything to happen to it are really quite slim, because you've got really, really healthy, strong, quick recovering skin. And I choose the Skincare 5 a day. If you go to the section on our website, it will outline all these products, because I believe that there are 2 things within the skin. I don't believe, there are 2 things in the skin: the barrier function and the acid mantle, which I cover in loads more detail if you nip over to Skin Theory video rather than repeating it here. And in order to keep those 2 things really healthy and replenished, then if you're using food and water for your skin, and you're cleansing without stripping the natural oils from your skin, and then you're locking down at the end to, it's almost like all the ingredients that you've put into your skin, you're putting a coat on or a lid on, or you're closing the door on those nutrients every day, twice a day, then for me, the Jane Scrivner Skincare 5 a day is your formula, or your recipe for really healthy skin. And the reason I came to this is because it sounds really strange to say, but I'm slightly uncomfortable in the skincare industry just offering products that solve problems. What I am much more comfortable, because my origins came from detox and healthy and understanding amazing ingredients that really would make a difference and feed the skin. My first line is that I always want to find very few ingredients to put into the ingredient list, or the recipe, if you like, that goes into each product. I don't want that many ingredients, but I want every one of those ingredients to be the highest and the best version, and in there at the highest percentage that that product can carry. So in doing so, lesser ingredients, huge quality of ingredients. So I spend my time shopping around phone. I wish I was wandering through amazing fields of roses and things like that, saying yes, this one's ready, but it's all done electronically and by phone. But so I concentrate on getting the absolute best version of the ingredient to go into the skincare recipes that I'm formulating. And what that does for me is it means I am truly feeding the skin. I'm not coming up with the skincare problems, and I'm really happy that I can therefore distill down to 5 products, one of which being Skin ELIXIR. Just because the more I work with jojoba oil, the more I understand the strength it has in balancing the skin. So we start with the Nourishing Cleanser, and it's there because it's non-stripping, it's deeply cleansing, It's going to work with the skin to create the best environment, pro-collagen, pro-elastin, with the right levels of omega, the right vitamins, so that your skin has got the best chance, or the intercellular matrix has got the absolute best chance of creating the collagen and the elastin that we start losing from about the age of 23, 24. It's also going to leave your skin's natural oils intact, so it's going to deeply clean the makeup from off the surface and from underneath, but it is not going to strip your natural oils. So that's the first ingredient. We need really clean skin without compromising the integrity of it. And that's keeping the barrier function really healthy. Again, nip over to skin theory, but the barrier function is what we have naturally in our skin, just below the surface, to protect, but what we as human beings tend to sort of strip away with harsh cleansers or harsher products. The second course in that skincare 5-a-day menu would be the Skinfoliate. Now, Skinfoliate is a natural acid exfoliator from sugars and fruits, and it's alpha hydroxy and beta hydroxy acid. So what that's going to do is clean and exfoliate from the surface, but also think beta below. It's going to clean and exfoliate down below the surface within the pores. So really, really exfoliating. At the same time, anything that's like that happening on the surface of the skin is going to trigger the wound heal response, what we call the wound heal response. So anything that happens here, the body goes, what was that? I need to send resources up there, send fresh blood, oxygenated blood to see what's happening on, and I'm going to do a cell turnover to sort of regenerate maybe what we've lost, or respond to protect our skin. So Skinfoliate not only takes away the dead skin cells, which helps with luminescence, it takes away the dead skin cells, which means the follow-on product has got an easier access into the skin. And then what it also does is, because it is stimulating, it's almost like taking your skin down the gym. So when people say to me, if I have, you know, taken away all the dead skin, do I need to use it twice a day? Well, for me, yes, it's a mini workout for the skin. It's a real sort of wake-up call for the skin to turn itself over and re-energize and look lively. Those are the two products that are taking away. So my next product is the water for the skin. The skin needs food and water. We know that oil sits on top of water, so we put the BIOLURONIC BUZZ is our third course. It goes onto the surface of the skin. Look over on BioBuzz, we've got a natural fermented, biofermented hyaluronic with buzz button, a plant that's going to work on the fine lines and wrinkles. But it's also going to put that really nice hydration layer into the skin's matrix. So we've got pro-collagen, pro-elastin, we haven't stripped the natural oil integrity, and then we've put that hydration in there. And then the fourth ingredient is Skin ELIXIR. And I used to sort of think you could choose any of the facial oils, but if you are working with the skincare 5-a-day, coming back to the extra learnt knowledge on jojoba, its molecular structure is so identical, I don't know if you can say so identical, is identical to the sebum that our skin produces, that when you apply jojoba, it works really beautifully with the skin's natural oils or lipids. So we put the hydration in, then we're going to put the oil on top that's going to seal that sandwich, which means the skin will bounce back and be strong and have that protective layer in between all the skin cells. And then the final course, the dessert course if you like, the one that's really, really beautiful but without the sugar, is OO cream. Over oil, so it goes over the Skin ELIXIR. It's also going to lock down everything that's in the skin, because that's a moisturiser. For me, a hydrator is something that attracts water to the skin. It's hydrophilic, it's going to get water into the skin. And then a moisturiser is what locks down and protects from water escaping from the skin. So OO cream, it has a little bit of water, a little bit of oil, and lots of nutrients, but mainly colloidal oatmeal. And what that's going to do is form a really beautiful film over the surface of your skin, locking down and protecting all those ingredients that you just put in. And for me, it seems a lot, but believe me, I don't want to spend hours a day doing skincare. I want to be able to do skincare in the morning for a moment, in the evening for a moment, and get that job done. Skincare ticked, so I can go off and enjoy stuff. So it literally takes a few moments to do all 5 products in the morning, double cleanse, and then all the follow-on 4 products in the evening. And for me, that is the Jane Scrivner SKINCARE 5-a-day formula for nourished, healthy, flawless, fight-back skin. Anything that happens to it, if you have a bit of a weekend or under a little bit of stress or flying, that sort of thing, or just tired, then your skin will come back to good and healthy very, very quickly. Otherwise, it's going to maintain really beautiful, healthy skin most of the time. So it's your Skincare 5 a day, the Jane Scrivner formula for healthy, beautiful, nourished skin at source. So you don't have to buy products for your problems because you don't have the problems. So take a look at the other videos. Definitely look at Skin Theory to see why I think that the Skincare 5 a day works, and it will bring that 2 bits of knowledge together. Thanks very much for listening.